Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I'm so excited to be here, all the way transmitting from Waikiki, Hawaii. So, very excited to be during this trip with our Team Kaizen and Team Tai Chi, enjoying this wonderful time here in Hawaii. So, good morning, and we will start. So, we have great presenters, great speakers. So, this SEIKO Kai is going to be amazing. And we have with us this morning is going to be Julie Tara, Karen Wellens, Jeff Isom, Dr. Paul Gavias, and our President and CEO, Mr. Kasuga, Luis Kasuga. So, morning, Luis.
Hi, Ruben. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here this morning with all of you. As you say, transmitting from Hawaii and also having a great and wonderful time with the leaders here. And well, ready to have a good time also here in the SEIKO Kai as we have every month.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, with us, our Wellness Ambassador, Julie Tara. Julie.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Luis. It's so great to be with you. I'm so happy you're in Hawaii, having a wonderful time. And for all the rest of us, we're just enjoying it vicariously through your photos, Ruben, that you've been putting so great on Facebook. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, welcome to everyone from wherever you are. And we are excited to have this 2-hour time frame with you. So thanks for taking out the time out of your precious day. I know it's a Saturday and there's always lots to do on a Saturday. So here we are. We've got some great presenters. And I'm going to start with a little talk about dreaming big. So Ruben's going to assist me here. He's going to be our wonderful assistant with a PowerPoint. Now, many of you know me very well. I'm not the greatest PowerPoint fan, but I got so excited about this topic that I actually had to make a PowerPoint like 2 nights ago. I just had to do it. So first of all, dreaming big is so important for us as human beings. We are gifted with this faculty of imagination. So dreaming big doesn't happen without a dreamer. That might sound very obvious, but think about that. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Next, please, Ruben. So the flight of imagination is something so powerful, and we all know how brilliant Albert Einstein was as a thinker, but he was also a musician, and he said these words that I've never forgotten from the first time I ever saw them many years back. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Encircles the world. So beautifully put. And as you know, many physicists will even work with taking naps and waking up and seeing what inspiration came, what came from the imagination. And often that's where they get their greatest clues for their most wonderful discoveries. So let's talk about a discovery. Next, please, Ruben. Now, many of you have been following, and if you haven't, I hope you do, the James Webb Space Telescope exploration. These are images, and I have a few of them for you because they are so beautiful from outer space, but I want to tell you some stats, some statistics about this telescope. First of all, it's considered one of the grandest scientific achievements of the 21st century. It's 28 feet tall and 7 tons in weight. It took over 30 years to make and went well over budget. The ultimate cost was $10 billion, give or take, $1 or $2. It's made like origami. It's really a work of art. It folds up and it unfolds. And if you've seen it, there's an 18-part mirror, and each part is a hexagon. And those unfold and fold up, and they are covered in a very, very thin layer of gold, because gold reflects 99% of infrared light, and that's what it needs to do to take these photos. Really fascinating statistics. Now, it was launched on Christmas Day last year, so December 25th, 21, and the first photos were revealed on July to the public, July 12th of 2022. Now, this telescope travels 3,000 times farther than Hubble, and they have discovered that there is light at the end of black holes. And if you ever wanted to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, you have now got solid proof that there is light at the end of the biggest tunnel we ever thought of, the black hole. We thought that was just it. And now we see there's much light in many galaxies. So that deep field, there's thousands of galaxies, billions of years old, discovered where nothing was known to exist. I think that's so powerful, right? It just absolutely stunned the team. They didn't know that existed. And I want to give you just a couple of quick quotes. We can move to the next slide so you can look at the next images. You're going to recognize these. I hope you do. The Carina Nebula, these are called the cosmic cliffs. I think this is probably the most beautiful and gorgeous and well-loved image that's come to us, the Carina Nebula. And then on the next slide, go to the next slide, you're going to see another very famous image, the Southern Ring Nebula. I was talking with my neighbor yesterday, and he said, is it me, or does that look like an amniotic sac? Like a baby's going to be born? I was like, it looks like that. It really does. So we were just talking about how things continually birth in the universe. So, you know, if you're not thinking big enough, then look at this, because it will expand your imagination, your mind so much. And then let's go to the next one. You can see the next one. And this was, you know, I watched the PBS special on this. So if you haven't seen it, watch the PBS special. This is Stefan's quintet. So there are, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one, the one in the middle, is 2 that come close together. They're dancing around each other. And so it's sort of like 2 parents and 3 kids is the way I see it. But it's really, really, really beautiful. And what struck me so much about watching the PBS, I was moved. I was in tears watching the launch and then watching the team. And it was the teamwork. The teamwork was just so fantastic. So here are a couple of quotes from them. One person said, international cooperation is the key to make really great projects happen. One of the team members. Another said, I almost have no words. It's a feat of engineering, right? But it's also, wow, our universe is beautiful. And then the last one is, we can see thousands of galaxies in a speck of sand. So how infinite the universe must be. Now, our imagination is as infinite as the universe. Let's go to the next slide. Now, if NASA can do it, what about us? I want us to take a look here at health and wellness, the industry, the growth that's happening. It is so inspiring. So we're taking it from the big universe and thousands of galaxies to one industry that we are fully involved with out of 2. Of course, network marketing is the other. But let's look at these statistics. And if you're not inspired by this, I mean, maybe it's early in the morning for you in Hawaii, but this is exciting. The world spends 8.3 trillion a year on healthcare. Healthcare, we can maybe sick care, we can discuss that another time. And $4.37 trillion on wellness as of 2020. Now that is an enormous number. We have a very hard time, any of us, grasping a billion, but $1 trillion is enormous. It's huge, it's massive, and we are a big part of it. The anti-aging industry is expected to grow to over 64 billion by 2026. That's a lot. a 45% increase from its 2020 value, which was 44 billion. So 64 billion just in the anti-aging industry. The US wellness industry is 1.2 trillion and makes up 28% of the worldwide wellness market as of 2021. Experts predict that the global wellness industry will see an annual growth rate of 9.9% as it recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, you know me, I'm not a huge numbers person, but these numbers are very, very substantial and very exciting. And as we know, since the last 2 years, people are becoming more and more aware that they need to take a lot more responsibility for their own health. And that is everything that we teach with our technologies and with Niken. So this is a huge explosion. And I'm going to ask you, well, all of us, like, what significant part will Niken play? What percentage do we want of this market growth? And what part of this growth do you want? Whatever part you want, I'd say claim it, and claim it now, because financial sovereignty is a very important part of life. It is essential for all of us and for our company. And we have so many exciting years to look forward to if we claim it and we run with it. So can we go to the next slide, please? So a great dream. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience. I have to work on that one. Everybody knows. And the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. Harriet Tubman, who changed many, many people's lives, of course, by helping them out of slavery. This is a beautiful quote. And I think, again, no great dream doesn't require a lot of tenacity. Every dream does. When you watch this PBS on the James Webb Space Telescope, you will see the tenacity that those engineers had to have. I mean, they had to invent things that had never been invented before in order for this telescope to work the way it needed to. So, all of us have to learn how to have the power, the strength, the diligence, but a key component is keeping our imagination in front of us, because what we imagine comes to pass. So if we imagine, nobody's interested in Niken, nobody wants to know what I have, you know what? You're going to be right, because it's your imagination. If you imagine that you can't make any money, you're going to be right, because that's your imagination. Because everything proceeds from our imagination, right? So it's really important every day to work with this, with our imagination. How do we do it? We can meditate. We can meditate while we're running or working out. We can do subliminal tapes to make sure that we're really getting our subconscious mind up and running to where it needs to be. I just signed up early this morning for a daily Om course. That was to Ken Honda, and he does something called the happiness of money. And he's really understood the emotional quotient, shall we say, instead of just the IQ, the EQ of money. And I was like, how exciting is that? So I just had to sign up for that. So now let's go to the next slide. It's going to switch gears a little bit here. So all of you in Hawaii, I know that you'll be enjoying the whales there. They are stunning and they are extremely inspiring. And the whales they breach, right? There's kind of a joke on words here, but they reach for the stars by breaching. And it takes a tremendous amount of energy and speed for a humpback whale to breach the way they do. And why do they do it? They do it to communicate socially. That's their main reason for breaching. All that energy, boom, comes up out of the ocean. It's so exciting. It gives us so much joy. And it's to communicate. Now, you probably know that whales live and travel together in pods. They're like families. They're communities, just like we are. So they don't travel alone because it's vulnerable to be alone. So in our business, it doesn't help to be a lone ranger. It helps to be part of the community and come into that community and talk with people and find out what they're doing and what's working. Now, whales sing to communicate and find one another. We love that fact that they sing, and you've all heard whale songs, I'm sure, and it's hauntingly beautiful. You know, their songs travel over 500 miles in distance. I mean, it's extraordinary how far their songs do travel. And whales are the loudest animals. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that until I learned it this week. Whales are the loudest animals, as loud as a jet plane. I was like, wow, that's really loud. Their songs can reach 180 decibels. That's a world record. And what I add here is they intend to be heard. If their songs travel over 500 miles in distance, if they're the loudest animals, they intend to be heard. Next, please, Ruben. So how does it apply to us? Here we are, we go from the huge universe, billions of years, zillions of galaxies, to us. So we come down through the industry of health and wellness. That's our main industry here, and network marketing both. And we come into, who are we? Well, we all have a heart song. We all have a song just like the whales do. They have their own dialect, their own language, and we do too. So your heart song is your message to the world. This is how your conscience speaks. And to make a positive difference, your heart song needs and longs to be expressed. It needs and longs to be expressed. It comes through you. Sometimes we lose our voice at some point in our journey, maybe even in childhood, but we won't be happy and fulfilled until we reclaim it and express it. I have done a lot of work with this myself. I lost my voice completely, not literally, but figuratively, as a child, watching so much very frightening things as a kid. So this is something very important. We won't be happy and fulfilled until we reclaim it and express it. So I want you to think about, what is your heart song? And I want you to know, I'm going to cry, that you're worthy of it. This song wants to be sung through you in whatever way you sing it. Are you singing it? This takes courage. It takes faith. It takes fortitude. It takes power. True power. Do you intend to be heard like the whales? Because your song deserves to be heard. It's not just about singing it, it's deserving it to be heard. To know that you're worthy of that. Our world needs your song like never before. We are in such times of change, and the world needs us and our song. Please share your heart song far and wide like the whales. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruben. Back to you.
Let's continue with our SEIKO Kai and amazing message. Dear Julie, Tara, our wellness ambassadors. So now let's go with recognition. I love recognition. And one of the things that I love the most is when I get the chance to talk to you and express all these amazing stories that we have while we in that process of getting a new silver or a new achievement. So let's start with recognition. And for July, I want to congratulate our power star, Darren Jones. Well done, our new power star. Good. So 150 Nikkei reward points. And as you know, July 1st, so everything needs to be done in a month. So, way to go. And Club Ki, congratulations to Dr. Sean Louis, Sherry Danzig, congrats, well done. And Marlon Saworski and Karen Willens. Karen, wow, good job. Well done. And our performance incentive, PIMAC Waterfall, Wayne and Michelle Woodworth and Patricia Shin. Congratulations to them as well. Our new silvers for July. We have Debbie Jones. Congrats, Debbie. And we have Mark Ranger from Canada. And Marie France Hannah from Canada as well. Congrats. And Mary France Meloch from Canada. And Maurice Bloin from Canada as well. So congrats to our sponsors, our leaders, amazing leaders working together with our new silvers, Sherry Danzig and Leo Limay. So to them as well, congratulations. Our top sponsor for there is a typo here. It should be July. Sorry about that. And Christelle Breton, Bison, and Sonia Diemers. I believe this is from last month. I apologize about this. And our top sponsor, sorry, for July, ignore the previous one, is Sue and Bob Groover. So congrats to Sue and Bob Groover. Well done. So our top 10 PPB, Ricardo and Alexander Ross, Esther Smith, Wayne and Michelle Woodworth, Dr. Sharon Louis, Andy and Ted Borster, Sean Everett, Cynthia Luke, Bob and Sue Groover, Adam Niffen, and Ruth and Robert Law. Well done. Congrats. Let's do MVP, Most Valuable Performers for July. Sandra LeBlanc, Veronique Henry, Mary France Hannah, Bob and Sue Groover, Leo Limay, Marie France Meloch, Diane Lanthier, Pierrette Petit, Angela Piedrahita, and Ruth and Robert Law. So congrats, Most Valuable Performance for July. Well done. And let's see how is the progression for Team Tai Chi and Team Kaizen. Remember, there is a trip for next year to Japan, besides the incentive that we have on the for the contest for July. So this is another way to as well to enjoy this amazing trip that is coming next year. So let's go and see the numbers. So we have Esther Smith. We have Ricarda and Alexander Raz, Sue and Bob Groover, Barb Sarah White, Leo Limay, Gina Michalek, Ruth and Robert Lowe, Sean Everett, Kimball Sargent and Jeff Everfoy, Adam Niffen, Herb and Grace Rapp, Joko Suye, Wayne and Michelle Woodworth, Dr. Sharon Louis, Pam and Ron Barnes, and Andy and Ted Barster. So congratulations to them. And now we will invite our dear friends Leo Limay, Sherry Danzig, Debbie Jones, Mary France Hannah, and Mary France Meloch, and if they are there as well, Maurice Bloin and Mark Ranger. So I'm just gonna stop sharing, and if you can help me, our team, so we can bring all of them, including Leo and Sherry. So let's see. Alan, if you can help me to bring people
Surely.
to the stage, all of them. Okay. So, okay, let's start with Debbie and Sherry. So, I love this working together. We can do amazing projects, and everything. We cannot do it alone, right? So, teamwork is key for what we do. So I want to congratulate Debbie Jones for this silver. So Debbie, if you can unmute yourself so you can share your experience about getting this new silver. There you go.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I am back home in St. Louis. I spend a lot of time in Atlanta, which is where I met Sherry. And my journey with Niken really started back in the mid 90s. However, I connected with Sherry a couple of years ago when I was visiting Atlanta, which I do quite often because I've got a daughter and son-in-law down there with my two little grandchildren. And Sherry was doing a demonstration, and I ended up telling her that I used to be a consultant with an independent consultant with Nikan. And she began to encourage me about getting back into it. But I was very hesitant, and I gave Sherry a lot of pushback for quite a while, as a matter of fact. But as time went on, I remembered how much in the past that Nikan had helped out with family members. That was my driving force, was my parents that were aging, and my mother-in-law, my children that were athletes, and me with an aching back. I had all these reasons for joining it. But unfortunately, I gave away the store, and my husband said, it's time to stop. So when I reconnected with Sherry and I told her my story, I took her information. I thought about it for quite a while, and then I realized I've got two little grandsons that I visit in Atlanta quite often that are autistic, and I wondered if there was some way that Nikan could possibly turn things around and help them have a better quality of life. So I reached out to Sherry, and which she was happy to see that after all this time I had held onto her information. I reached out to Sherry and told her I was interested in becoming a Nikan representative again. And Sherry was very encouraging. She was, out and about, out of town with her daughter, her graduation. She was out on vacation with her mom. And Sherry was forever there, encouraging, helping me with the process. And so I just kept going. I talked to my sons that had experienced Nikan back in the 90s when they were the athletes. And now that they're a little older and have the lasting effects, they decided to join with me as well. My daughter said, she's going to wait because she's got a lot that she's dealing with the boys and all of their therapies. So just from a lot of the product, my passion was for my grandchildren. My passion was for my husband who had issues. And so I was purchasing a lot of the products, but my biggest purchase that I made, the most rewarding one, was the sleep system for my grandsons. And just to see them exploding with their language, and to just see them with their behaviors, to hear their therapists talk about the improvements that they're seeing, I said it was definitely well worth it. So I'm back. I've got my husband, Eric. He doesn't wish to be on screen, but he joined me as a co-applicant just to keep me honest, make sure that I would stay true to doing it as a business. And the way I looked at it, when I saw the master day, and I thought that really meant a lot to say that when someone talks about having a problem, you think you've got the solution. You have a duty to offer it. And since my passion always was more about helping people out than really looking at it as a business, now I'm realizing that the more that I help people, the better the business, the more successful the business will be for me. So that's pretty much it. My story is short and sweet and to the point.
Great job, Debbie. Great job, and a great alliance with our dear friend Sherry Densick. Sherry, you want to add something?
Yes. To say a couple of things. Debbie has been a joy, and it's so fun to work with her family and get to know them. And I guess the lesson here is, hang on.
Sherry, dancing.
We're all trying to make this work in a hotel room. So I think that from what I heard from Debbie, she's been an absolute joy to work with, is, when you do presentations, you never know who's going to be paying attention. And if you have the long game in mind, then years later, you can have somebody that heard you speak, years before, that is, their timing is right. So it's always the other person's timing. It's not ours when we're building a business. Another thing that I love about this business is that I was doing a lot of traveling right about the time that Debbie joined. And, you can take 2 minutes or 5 minutes, even on a cruise ship, and support somebody and make it work. So I love that about this business. And I'm so excited. We were blessed to have Richard Brook here at the hotel, in fact, in the room that we're sitting in right now, because he lives in Hawaii. And I'm so excited with some tremendous gems that he brought us, because Debbie, wait till I come back and give you some more tools for you and your family to continue to build, to continue to help people. You've got a huge vision that's heart-centered, and that's really the best way to build your business. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Sherry. I don't see it. Thank you very much. So let's continue. So we are all in a big room, so sometimes we have to mute ourselves or do something for our to have a good connection. So let's continue, and then we have our great friend Leo Limay with 4 amazing new silvers. So I just got a message from Mark. He's having some issues with his from his phone, but thank you very much for being here, Mark. And we have Maurice, we have Marie-France Meloch, and Marie-France Hannah, and of course our dear friend Leo Limay. So I want to congratulate all of you for this great job that you did getting a new silver. So I understand, Marie-France, you will translate for us, right? For Marie-France Meloch. So you can unmute yourself, Marie, and share with us your experience now as a new silver.
Oh, hi, everyone. I'm from Montreal, and I'm part of Leo's organization, and my experience has been amazing since I was first introduced to Nikin in early June. So I'm fairly new, and my life keeps changing, and it's very exciting. What I find the most rewarding for me is to see people's lives change around me as I share the opportunity of this great gift. I have the opportunity to see from one of my good friends. I've been living with physical pain for the past 17 years following a car accident. And my friend introduced me to the products and of course the business opportunity. It wasn't hard to sell it to me, because when I saw how amazing the philosophy of the business is and the products, how they have transformed my life, and also my dog's life has been completely changed. My dog has been very sick all his life, and just with the waterfall, him drinking Nikin water has completely changed him. He went from being very sick to very well in a matter of a few weeks, and I'm very grateful that Nikin is part of my life, and I can change other people's lives as a result of me sharing that to them.
Excellent. Thank you, Marie-France, Hannah. I'm happy to see the wonderful results, the experience that you have with the waterfall. It is amazing. And we will continue with Mary France, and you will be the translate. But before that, I have Mark here on the phone, and he's telling me that he doesn't have a lot of time, so he wants to go first. His battery is almost done. So, Mark, good morning. So, can you unmute yourself? Mark?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes. Okay, I will keep the camera closed because I have 2% of battery. I'm in holiday in Gaspésie, Quebec, so it's why I forgot to plug my phone this morning. So first of all, I want to thank you, Leo Lemay, our leader. He's very helpful to help us to get success. I want to thank my consultant partner and my team. Without them, I cannot reach the silver level. Yeah, and it's what I like of our business is that we can do it everywhere. So you see, I'm in holiday and I can do it with my phone. So maybe it'll be cutting on you. So I let the place the other one. Keep working hard. Just copy someone who has success. It's easy to do our business. So thanks again to Leo, and we'll see each other in Japan in 2023. Thank you.
Great, great. Nice to hear that, Mark. Thank you very much for taking the time, and enjoy your holidays over there. So thank you. And let's go back with Marie France Meloche. So, and Marie France, if you want to invite Marie France Meloche to share with us her story, that will be great.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I just want to translate Marie-France. Okay, I will say it in French. I start my first time in June 13. Okay. J'ai fait ma première présentation le 16 juin et puis j'ai eu 3 consultants à la même soirée. Donc, ça a été un début spectaculaire.
Okay, so I'm just translating what she's saying. I started my first presentation on June 16th, and I had 3 consultants, and it was a spectacular beginning.
Et puis après ça, en juillet, j'ai eu deux autres nouveaux consultants. J'ai ajouté 2 autres nouveaux consultants à mon équipe.
In July, I added 2 more consultants.
Et à chaque jour, je vois la vie des gens changer. Je vois des nouveaux résultats sur des personnes qui avaient pris à la base des produits pour d'autres blessures ou d'autres.
So every day I see the people's lives changing, and
Je vois des résultats sur plusieurs personnes à chaque jour. Je vois des nouveaux résultats. Je vois des résultats. Oui.
Yeah, I see new results on different people every day.
Et je vois aussi des résultats sur ma santé puis sur moi-même.
And I also see results on my health and myself.
C'est facile de partager les produits de Niken parce que ça change la vie déjà.
So it's easy to share Niken because it changes people's lives.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And Leo, you wanna share anything else? So you did a wonderful job. We have new silvers from your team. So you are muted.
Just Maryse Bloin, next one. Maryse Bloin. She's the new silver too.
Oh, let's see, where is Marie here? She's up here. So here, yeah, Maurice. Sorry about that. Well, Maurice, congratulations as well, and we would like to hear from you as well.
OK. Alors, bonsoir. Bonjour. J'étais un petit peu nerveuse, là. You translate, Marie? OK. Alors, je suis honorée et tellement fière d'être sur le Zoom aujourd'hui.
I'm honored and very proud to be on the Zoom today.
Mon expérience dans Niken a commencé il y a 20 ans.
My experience in Niken started 20 years ago.
À cette époque, j'avais vraiment beaucoup de douleurs dans mon corps.
In those days, I had a lot of pain in my body.
Alors, lorsque j'ai rencontré Niken, cette énergie a fusionné avec mon énergie.
Niken's energy fusioned with my energy.
Alors, à partir de ce moment-là, j'ai vraiment compris que c'était quelque chose qu'il fallait que j'adhère, que j'adopte dans ma vie.
So from that moment on, I knew I had to adopt this in my life.
À partir de ce moment-là, j'ai compris aussi, j'ai vu que je pouvais améliorer ma santé, que je pouvais aussi avoir l'opportunité d'affaires.
From that moment, I saw I could have some health benefits and also have a business opportunity.
J'ai développé, mais j'ai commencé, mais c'était ma santé qui était prioritaire à ce moment-là. Et au fil des années, j'ai travaillé pour former mon organisation.
So I started first of all for my health, and I started later on building my organization.
Aujourd'hui, je peux dire que le chemin que j'ai fait avec Niken, c'était vraiment au niveau de ma santé physique, au niveau de ma santé morale et personnelle. J'ai beaucoup appris aussi dans l'expérience Niken au niveau de grandir, au niveau de la croissance personnelle aussi.
So I learned a lot about health, but mostly I learned about personal growth throughout the years.
Aujourd'hui, je suis fière d'être argent parce que ça fait plusieurs années que j'essaie d'atteindre ce niveau-là. Puis, je savais que j'allais faire ça. Aujourd'hui, je suis reconnue, puis ça me fait vraiment chaud au cœur.
I'm really proud today to finally be a silver and to be recognized. And I knew I would start to cry, but I'm just very, very proud to be recognized in front of all of you today.
Alors, je dis aux nouveaux consultants qui arrivent, découragez-vous pas. La persévérance a toujours raison.
I want to tell new people today that don't give up. Perseverance always pays off. Don't discourage yourselves.
Puis aujourd'hui, je dis merci à la vie, puis je dis merci à Niken. Merci.
Today, I say thank you to life, thank you to Niken, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. And yes, perseverance is very, very important to achieve our goals. So congratulations, Maurice. And Liuli May, congrats to you as well. Would you like to add anything else?
I just want to say thank you so much to all my people for Silver in July. Just the beginning. So thank you so much, guys, to trust me and follow the guide. What I say, and we have fun here in Quebec. And that's finished. I built a new silver in Helgas too, and gold, platinum, and diamond, of course. And focus on the diamond. You see, I always my little diamond with me every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leo. Wonderful job. Thank you. So let's continue with our presentation today. And what do we have, Julie?
Well, thank you to all of you and many congratulations. And to Maurice, I just want to say we welcome your emotions. We find we are all like that. We get really emotional about Nikken because we love it so much. So many congrats. And now it is my pleasure to help welcome Karen Willens, a silver consultant and a Club KI winner. With more than 40 years in healthcare, Karen is a doctor of naturopathy with a Bachelor of Science and Master's in Education. She is an energy balancing practitioner, a personal development facilitator, and yoga teacher. Through 17 years of sharing Nikken technologies, she continues to help empower others to live better quality lives. Karen feels her greatest achievement has been raising 3 children who contribute positively to the world. Enjoy 5 dynamic grandchildren,
Je sais.
writing,
Je sais. Ben là,
music, and dancing, plus much more. So please help me welcome Karen Willens.
Thank you, Chief. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for sharing part of your Saturday with us. So this month's theme has been Walk with Wellness. And there was a time in my life that I was not walking with wellness. I was totally out of balance. And so what I'm going to share with you is what I can do now, what I couldn't do then. So in my life, I love color. I love renovations, creating new things. I couldn't do that before. And so you can see some of my tools here. So walking with wellness, we need certain tools, correct? Our homes need tools. And so I'm the Mr. Fix-It in my house, and I couldn't do that before. Next slide, please. I'm also the gardener at my house. So some of my tools are a little bit smaller. And there are some larger tools that I use. I haven't used a backhoe yet, although I think I'd like to do that. I think that would be kind of fun. So all of these tools help us through life, just as our Nikken tools do. And so when we look at wellness, we can look at it from a holistic view. I'm a holistic professional, and I look at everything as a whole. And so when I look at wellness, my home has to be well in order for me to be comfortable in my surroundings and have peace of mind. My landscape, I like seeing the flowers bloom in the spring and seeing the color during the summer. So those are more tools that we have. Ruben, could you advance the next slide? Thank you. And we have transportation tools. And of course, our feet and our legs are transportation tools. They take us from one place to another. And animals can be transportation tools. So in the United States, we use horses a lot. In other countries, there could be other animals, for instance, elephants, camels, even oxen in some countries. And they are a transportation tool. We have public transportation in the way of cabs, taxi cabs, and they will take us from one place to another. We have more public transportation in the way of buses, and the buses can take us shorter distances, but they can also take us from state to state and from one end of the country to the other. We also have automobiles. Automobiles, usually we consider a private means of transportation, but within the last 2.5 years, we have had an increase in Uber. So our private automobile can also be a form of public transportation as well. And Ruben, could you do the next slide, please? Thank you. We also have other modes of transportation, other tools that take us longer distances. So trains go from one side of the country to another. to different parts of the country, sometimes to different countries. In the United States, we can go to Canada via train. We can go to Europe and we can take a train from country to country in Europe. There are also cruise ships. And this is one of my favorites. This is the Disney cruise ship. And I believe it was one of the first ones. And I actually took my children on that. My daughters were 8, so my son was about 11, and we had a blast. And that took us to some of the islands. So that takes us across the water. We also have airplanes. Everybody took an airplane to get to Hawaii. They take us across the water in a shorter period of time. They'll take us from country to country. And next year, they will take some of us to Japan. Ruben, could you do the next slide? We also have work tools. So being at home, especially for the last 2.5 years, we most likely have some type of a home office. So our office furniture can be considered a work tool. We have to have a comfortable surrounding. So the chair that we sit on, the table or desk where we work, we may have a file cabinet, we may have bookshelves, and even the accessories surrounding us can be considered a work tool because it creates an ambiance that gives us a good feeling so that we're comfortable when we're working and we're comfortable making phone calls, for instance. We also have equipment in the way of work tools, and we have computers, we have smartphones, and some of us have computers as well. And the next slide. As Nikan Wellness Consultants, we have additional tools. We have our back office. Our back office is our hub, and it provides us with a lot of information. It tells us how we're doing each month. It tells us how we are doing this month compared to last month, or even last month, this month from last year. It updates us on the news that we need to know. So for instance, any incentives that we have. It also gives us our guidelines, which are our policies and procedures. Another tool that we have is our PWP, our personal web page. The personal web page offers customers printed information about the products that we offer. It also allows them to order. So it's a tool for them. It's also a tool for us, because that way we can get them in touch and we can seamlessly grow our business. And this year we've had the addition of the Nikan Share app. The Share app is really fun. It has some great videos we can send to prospects and also current customers. We can also send people samples if we'd like. It also has a follow-up tool that notifies us when we need to follow up with our prospects and our customers. So that's another tool that we use. And something that people may not consider as a tool is our support staff, those wonderful people at headquarters who answer the phone for us. And I'm sure that we have all called there at one point or another and asked for some help. I know I have. And they are wonderful in supporting us. Another support tool is our leaders. Our leaders guide us. They're our mentors. They give us information. They challenge us to grow and stretch a little bit further. They keep us informed of things that are going on that we need to know about. Next slide. And we have tools for wellness, of course, for our personal wellness. These tools have changed my life completely. I could not repair my home previously because I was too ill. I could not garden, and I love connecting with the earth because I was too ill. I couldn't travel. In fact, I couldn't even work because I had such a difficult situation with my body. My muscles hurt, my joints hurt, And thinking clearly was definitely a challenge for me. When I found Niken's tools for wellness, my life changed dramatically. Next slide, Ruben. What I didn't know when I found Niken was something that I had been dreaming of my entire life. A healthy balance in my life. I had experienced a great deal of stress from different situations. And when I learned about this, it was about 4 months after Niken and I found each other. And I realized this is where I was supposed to be. I learned about a healthy mind, a healthy body, healthy relationships, healthy finances, and healthy society, our 5 pillars of wellness. And next one, Ruben. The first thing that I liked to start with, because I was very interested in personal growth, was the mind tool. Our mind tool, for the last 2.5 years particularly, has been our connection with each other through Zoom, just as we're doing today. And it also affords us the opportunity to learn while we are connecting with each other. Of course, there are books, and those are recommended by our leaders, and we share them with each other. We have newsletters that come to us, and there are tidbits in there that challenge us to look introspectively, which is so very important for us. We have Humans Being More. Humans Being More is the hope. It also helps ground us to help us look at where we are in balance, where we want to balance more, and where we want to go from there. And next slide. And of course, we have our body tools. The sleep system has been revolutionary for me. I had a hard time sleeping before. If I slept one good night in 3 weeks, that was quite a bit for me. The water, it changed my life because it helps my body drain. My body has a challenge doing that. And of course, the energy products, both in the way of food as well as in the way of the energies that we get from our environment, have been absolutely crucial for me. I live in a climate where we have winter at least 8 months out of the year. And what I have found is that I thrive in summer. That is not the climate that I am in. And next slide, Ruben. So I could not exercise in any way, shape, or form. I couldn't garden before. When I started getting the energies from the sun, the air, and the earth, I started getting better. And now I am thriving. And Julie mentioned I am a certified yoga teacher. I just became certified 6 years ago. I didn't even do yoga before that. It's only through the support of the Niken tools that I have been able to do that. Next slide. We have a tool for relationships, and we may not look at it this way. People usually look at this as the family pillar. Family can be extended. So my relationships with my family had been very stressed, and it caused me a lot of angst. When I started developing relationships through Niken, my life changed. I had positive support, and I had fun in my life. And that had been missing for a very long time. So you see some of my Niken family pictured here in some of our get-togethers. And I am very grateful for each one of them and the role that you've played in my life. And next slide. And we have financial tools. We don't usually look at it that way. Our financial tool was actually established by Mr. Masuda. He was so grateful at the gift he found for his son. that he wanted to share it with the world so that everybody else could experience the benefits. Our company was founded with a heart, and we have that opportunity to share it with other people as such. And at the same time, Mr. Masuda was able to provide a very comfortable living for his family. And he gave us that as well. So we look at our bank accounts every Friday, and on the 15th of the month, that gives us the financial tool. And that has actually helped me because now I have a means to support myself financially. And next slide. When we look at this, it provides us a well-rounded opportunity to also give back to society, whether it's taking care of our planet, serving others in our local communities, or helping to improve the lives of others in other countries. We are given the time freedom and the financial resources to give back the gift that we've been given. Next slide. So when we look at our philosophy, a healthy balance in life, each day I look at the 5 pillars of wellness and I see where I'm balanced and what I want to rebalance to help me so that I can continue to focus on my purpose. And Julie referred to creating change. I have a favorite phrase from Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And I center everything I do in my life around that, around my vision that I've had my entire life that I could not do before I found Niken. Niken has literally given me my life back so that I can share what I have experienced with others. Next slide, Ruben. So this is how I walk with wellness, and I consider myself a Niken success story. So from the very first MAG steps that we were offered to our current improved technology, M steps and M strides. Ruben, next slide. I am now walking with wellness, as I'm sure all of you are, because you have received the gift of Niken. And I encourage you to share it with others because you have discovered it, you have lived it, and now it's up to you to share it. So thank you very much for letting me share my story with you. And again, thank you for sharing your Saturday with me. Julie, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Karen. That was such a beautiful presentation. I loved it. Loved it. I know everyone else did too. Wonderful. So we have a 5-minute break. So please go enjoy your Jade Greenzymes, your immunity, your lactoferrin, your KDB. And we'll see you in 5. Welcome back, everyone. Boy, that 5 minutes went fast. Well, now we have the privilege of having Jeff Isom come and join us, Chancellor of Nikken University. Jeff, I know you're going to have some great things to share here.
I hope so. We have a lot of exciting things coming up, Julie. So looking forward to sharing with the group.
Wonderful.
So lots of great things happening in Nikken University. Of course, every week we have our Humans Being More Weekly, and we're continuing our Speak Now speaking training. It's a fantastic opportunity to practice and become a better presenter and speaker. And of course, Entrepreneur on Wednesdays. And we continue to look at the idea of getting results in your Nikken business in the area of income, influencing others, and building community. So please join us. Those links are also sent out in the Core Consultant WhatsApp, and it's open to anyone who's a member of the global wellness community. So I know why you all came today. One of the reasons is we're going to have a fun activity. So I hope you enjoy the fun activity. I always do. And today's fun activity is, what does that mean? Hawaiian version. So I know many of you have been to Hawaii. I don't know if we have any native Hawaiians on our SEIKO Kai today, but a lot of our wellness consultants are currently enjoying their Team Kaizen, Team Tai Chi luxury trip to Hawaii. Of course, next year we'll be in Japan. But I'm going to put a word on the screen, and what I would like you to do is just type in the chat what this word means in English. If you want to put Spanish or French, you can do that as well. But I'll show the word in Hawaiian and then type, what does that word mean in English? So just put yes in the chat right now, just so everybody is aware of where the chat is and how to use it. Just type yes or hi in the chat, just so everybody's got their chat window open. And I'll show you the first word. This first one might be easy, might be one that is fairly easy for. So far, myself and Julie are the only ones who have typed in the chat. Is there anybody else who knows how to? We've got 90 people on here. There's got to be at least somebody who knows how to use the chat. Okay, well, let me show you the first word. So what does this Hawaiian word mean? Type it in the chat. Just type in the chat, what does that word mean? If you guessed hello, you are correct. Aloha does mean hello. It also means goodbye. So that's probably one that most of you got. This one might be a little more difficult. What does this word in Hawaiian mean? What does that word mean in Hawaiian? Just type it in the chat box. What does mahalo mean? Type it in the chat box. What does that word mean? Anyone getting it right? Yeah, lots of people. It means thank you, thanks, gracias. So mahalo. How about this word? Mauka. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but what does that word mean? Mauka. This is really interesting. I had fun with this one. Mauka. Ruben, you should know this. You're in Hawaii. What does Mauka mean? Mauka means towards the mountains. It's for giving directions. It means towards the mountains. You know, I was recently in New York City, and if you're going north, you say uptown. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're going north, you're going uptown. If you're going south, you say downtown. Doesn't matter where you are. Those are for giving directions. So I'm going to show you a second word now. Mauka means towards the mountains. What would you guess or imagine this word means? Makai. Mauka means towards the mountains. What does Makai mean? You could probably guess. What does Makai mean? Just type it in the chat. I'm not seeing any. away from the mountains. Yeah. It means towards the ocean. Makai means towards the ocean. So Macau towards the mountains, Makai towards the ocean. How about this Hawaiian word, pokey? Ruben, you better get this one right. Ruben, what does pokey mean? What is pokey? This is a very common, it's a beautiful, lovely, delicious Hawaiian food. Poke bowl is something that's become very common. Anybody know the word pono? What does the word pono mean? This is something that's a kind of an all-purpose word. You hear it a lot. A lot of Hawaiian words really don't translate clearly, directly. They can have multiple meanings depending on the context, the situation. Any thoughts, any ideas what pono means? So pono is a word that can mean righteous or moral or ethical or good. It can have a lot of different meanings depending on how you're using it. Pono, something that's good, something that's fair, just. How about vogue? Any guesses what vogue is? I'm curious to see. It's kind of an anglicization. Vogue is actually volcanic fog. So when you see something that's impeding your view and it's coming out of the ground, it might be vogue. So if you're someone who's a fan of children's movies, you've probably seen a Disney movie where you heard this word used, but I'm sure some of you know ohana, what this word means. What is ohana? Ohana means this. It was a Disney animated film. Ohana, of course, means family. It also can mean the feeling that you have in community. So we have a sense of love, connectedness in Niken. So there's a sense of ohana in Niken. It can extend beyond just the immediate family. This one's kind of fun. Let's see. Now I have got it on good report that our wellness consultants in Hawaii are engaged with a lot of Ono grinds. So Luis has shared with me, and Ruben can probably back this up. Our wellness consultants have no lack of Ono grinds in Hawaii. Anybody know what they are having an abundance of? Wow, Ruben, delicious food is correct. It is delicious food. I can only imagine how well they're eating. So one last word to say goodbye. Shaka. What is shaka? Does anybody know what this term? Ruben is showing the hand sign. If you look at Ruben's screen, this is a globally famous way to express a sense of just letting everything hang out and letting everything flow. That is shaka, the hand sign. So I hope you enjoyed today's activity. I hope our wellness consultants in Hawaii are enjoying their trip. Next time you go to Hawaii, perhaps you can use some of those words. Just to remind you, we have a Humans Being More online coming up in English on Saturday, September 10th. This is going to be a great way to really get clear about the last 4 months of the year, identifying what you want to create and how to use habits, routines, and the processes in a normal day in order to compound, to stack behavior upon behavior to really get the results you're looking for. And I'm super excited because we are bringing back Humans Being More in person. So the first one on the schedule is Humainement Meilleur en direct. That means Humans Being More live. That's happening in Laval in Quebec, Canada. En français, je suis très content, va être le premier entraînement en la province de Quebec. Ça va très bien. And everyone is invited to join us. I know Leo and his group in Quebec are working hard to create an amazing experience on December 3rd. So that will be our first live one-day training. We'll also be scheduling other Humans Being More trainings in English, in Spanish, in French across North America for this year and into 2023. So thanks, everybody. Let's enjoy the rest of our Seiko Kai. Julie, Ruben, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. So we have our team Kaizen and team Tai Chi, and they will share with us this wonderful experience here in Hawaii. So welcome to our team Kaizen and team Tai Chi. So they will share with us.
Hey everyone. Oh, this is so much fun. You wouldn't want to be here though. And really watching those videos or those slides, Jeff. Oh, I want to be in Hawaii. Well, we're here. It's exciting. Not only is it beautiful here, this family is always beautiful. Food, unbelievable. But we had Richard Brooke yesterday for 2 hours. It was incredible. Here's 2 things I took away. You know, when you're talking to somebody, we know what we have is valuable. But when you're talking to somebody, you need to say, is it worth it? You know, is it worth it for them? And show the value. And for you specifically as consultants, is it worth it? Yeah, you could be in Japan next year. So there's so much about sharing, but this is awesome. I want everybody else to say something. So come on over, guys.
Aloha and welcome. I tell you what, it's great. Pam and I are blessed to be here. It's amazing to be in Hawaii. But what's more amazing is to be here with such a great group of leaders. You know, and Karen Willens mentioned in her presentation about the family pillar. And even Hawaii is gorgeous. It's every bit as good as advertised. Being here with our Nikan family is what really makes it special. And Pam and I are looking forward to next year having some of our team members join us in Japan and more of the Nikan family. So set your goal, set that target, work it, and mahalo.
Or play musical chairs.
It has been just super dynamic. So I don't want to take away from what anybody else is saying. So I chose that I'm going to tell you all a story. So the first night we were here, we went to this magnificent dinner and we were asked to all wear white. So we're getting on the elevator to go up to the room. We're all over the elevators in all of our white. We get on an elevator with this young couple, okay, and they're probably in their late 20s. And he looks at us and says, "Are you all here for a wedding?" And we said, "No, we're here for business." And he goes, "For business?" And we said, "Yeah, our company sent us." And he goes, "Your company sent you to Hawaii?" And we said, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Oh my gosh." He goes, "I want to be with that company." And so I whipped out the card because he was on their way out the door. And he said, "My name is Ul, and you're going to be hearing from me." Okay, so you don't have to be in Hawaii to talk to the people. You know, yes, it gets you excited, but, you know, be ready for anybody. It could be somebody in an elevator with you. There's strange places to talk, but do talk. And then it could be in the coffee shop, or it could be your next door neighbor. You know, you all have the heads up on Ul, who will just be starting, but because you're already in Nikan or interested in Nikan. Use those incentives. They're there for you. And I highly advise you don't want to miss Japan because this has been incredible. Mahalo.
Hey, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm just having a wonderful time in Hawaii, spending time with my fellow team, Kaizen and Team Tai Chi members. And I know you guys can all do it for next year to Japan. Way to go.
Aloha! We are having a fabulous time here in Hawaii. We absolutely enjoying the food and the company and the fellowship. We're all so blessed. But this is the thing, friends. It is really important to really focus and get your goals together because we all need to be in Japan together. Because this experience that we had is absolutely incredible. Love you guys.
Aloha. What was most exciting for me is the Breath of Life performance at the Polynesian Cultural Center yesterday. It was filled with fire. It was filled with the cycle of life, from birth through death through resurrection. And I just, having been to Japan in 1998, where there were so many, it was the energy of being in Japan that really lit my fire. So yesterday, the day before, I guess it was, just that energy and the feeling of being here. Dr. Karen just so eloquently said how well we've been able to create community through Zoom. There's no better way to create community and to be together as a life force by hugging one another in person, by being with our visionary president, and then yesterday ending it with the very explicit direction from Richard Bliss Brooks, I guess it is that we need to recruit. We've heard all the messages about the powerful stories of the products and about the need for our solutions. So a breath of life is my main takeaway. Don't miss Japan. Start pedaling real fast and have as many more people as possible to be with the team in Japan. Thank you.
Well, it's morning here and I guess afternoon there, and I'm thrilled that we are here and able to share with you. But you know that we've been looking at people in these little squares like we are, most of you right now, and to be where you can touch and recognize people by their whole body is awesome. Also, something that really grabbed me yesterday with Richard Brooks was he talked about how we we could change so much if each of us would commit to sharing 4 times a day. Make up a video, he said, and we've had the training on doing the telling our story. And he said, get it down pat, put it in a video, and go after it for 90 days, and you have set it for possibly making $1 million. What I went up to him and said, it works, because about a year or so ago, I committed to, and I said, and not with as much effectiveness as he was telling us to do. But I was sharing 5 times, if not more, because once you share 5, it's that tiny little habit, it just keeps going. I mean, I could share with people, 17 a day some days, or more, or less. But we just need to reach out to people, not judge them about whether they will be interested or not, and just reach out and really change people's lives. Anyway, we all need to be in Japan. Oh my gosh, the food, the people, it's wonderful.
Aloha, good morning. I'm just so thankful and grateful and blessed to be in such a wonderful place as Hawaii, truly heaven on earth, and we just thank you. I give thanks to Niken for blessing my life in so many different ways, and just for giving me an opportunity to share that with other people is just really an amazing blessing. So I just appreciate Niken and just the opportunity to be here and moving forward to serve and help other people.
Oh my God. Hi, aloha. Well, I'm so excited to be over here. I come many years ago, but to come with this big family with Niken is something else. You hear about already that the food, the people, and everything. Oh my God, I'm so excited, and I want to be in Japan again. I invite people to, if you have a plan, a dream, make it happen. If you want to go to Japan, make it happen with the new incentive that Luis brought for these last 6 months. And I think a lot of people is going to be there if you want to go, if you take action. Thank you.
Everybody's already said it, the food and all that. You just don't know what you're missing. You absolutely don't know what you're missing on a Niken trip. The people, just the whole experience. You want to be there.
Hi. Well, Hawaii is amazing. It's my first trip here, and you know, the best part is the Nikan community. Nikan gave me back my health and gave me some independence, and that took me away from a practice, which was really a job. So I love Nikan, and we were on that 2018 incentive trip to Japan, and you don't want to miss it. I've traveled many places. Just think about it. You'll be in one of the most beautiful places in the world. The people there are amazing, and you'll be in our fabulous community. And there's one thing that you have to do, and if you do this, you'll be there. Commit to it. We always achieve what we commit to. So commit and show up.
Ta 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 ta. Nyaka 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 laka laka chaka chaka.
Are we having fun yet?
Okay, let's continue with our SEIKO Kai. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, good memories. Yeah, we will do the whole dance here. Like, okay, so let's go back to our SEIKO Kai. And, whoa, what is this? Sorry. Getting excited here. So let me go back to the PowerPoint. And, okay, let's just share. Okay, we have a wonderful promotion right now. Okay, for this midsummer hydration special, we have the 20% off on the waterfall. So please take advantage of this from today, August the 20th, all the way to the 31st. We have 25% off on the waterfall. Okay, so share with everyone this wonderful promotion that we have. And let's do it again. So this is the perfect time to introduce the PIMAC to all our family members and friends and anyone. So again, this is 25% off, and let's do it. So let's continue. Remember, our next session is going to be in September the 24th, SEIKO Kai. So if you want to participate, please send an email to Ruben Y, and you can be a presenter. And Julie, what is next?
You guys are just so terrific out there. I'm loving what's going on. I'm absolutely loving it. Well, it is my pleasure to bring up Paul Gabias. Paul is a platinum, and let me tell you a little bit about Paul. As a tenured associate professor of psychology, husband and father of 4, time and money were often lacking in Paul's life. He and his wife, Mary Ellen, both totally blind from birth, had many worries, including health issues. Through Nikan, over the last 22 years, Paul has experienced a wonderful physical and financial transformation. He had tried network marketing with a health company before, but left when he felt the products were ineffective. However, when he researched Nikan, he was happily surprised. These products worked. They were convinced. With faith in the products and the company, Paul invested in his future and continually builds his Nikan team. At 69, Paul takes no medications, woohoo, has lost 35 pounds through taking the Nikan nutritionals, and has lots more energy. He enjoys daily walks with his beautiful golden retriever guide dog, Kenko. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Paul Gabias.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to be speaking with you at SEIKO Kai today. Nikan, Ruben, you've put me to the challenge. I'm supposed to be as exciting, at least, as all of the people who have come before me. I mean, who can top, what's happened already with the new silvers and Karen's wonderful speech and Julie at the beginning with dreaming big, and then the just the the crazy excitement in Hawaii with the team Kaizen and Team Tai Chi people. I knew this was a challenge, so I did prepare a speech that I hope will live up to it. We'll have to see. So my talk is called Walking with Wellness Next Level. So what is the next level? Each of us decides what our next level should be. My decision has been deeply affected by the pandemic, or what some people call it, the plandemic, but that's another story. We've had lockdowns, social distancing, masking, vaccine passports, and that's engendered home delivery services for groceries and restaurants. And that's led to even more of a sedentary lifestyle than before. So with a more sedentary lifestyle, we end up with less exercise. So what we have to do in our mind is decide to put a greater effort into exercise just for exercise's sake. For me, walking is the best form of exercise. Nikken insoles make my feet feel better and give me more energy and balance. Walking is a part of active wellness. Active wellness requires self-care. Self-care involves supporting the 5 pillars of health: mind, body, family, society, and finances. Active wellness is not just physical activity. It involves our mental activity too. Our outlook on life is key here. It's helpful if we take the position that our life is to be created by us. It's not helpful if we take the position that our life is to be endured. Viktor Frankl shows us how life can have meaning even in a concentration camp in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. Life doesn't have to be just survival, getting by passively, waiting for things to get better. Life doesn't have to be just putting up with. Life doesn't have to be just making do with. The key is cultivating an entrepreneurial spirit. Entrepreneurs make things happen. I want to tell you an entrepreneurial story that isn't a business story, but it has many of the elements that are involved in building a business. I graduated from high school at 17 years old from l'Institut Louis Braille, a school for the blind just outside of Montreal. I had received orientation and mobility training so that I could walk independently using the white cane. It's noteworthy that this travel training had been given to us by blind teachers who had mastered the techniques and the positive attitudes about blindness themselves. Because of the Walt Disney 3-part TV movie, Atta Girl Kelly, which aired in 1967, I had heard about what seeing eye dogs could do for blind people. But when I inquired about it from my social worker at the CNIB, that's the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, Miss Ferguson said she didn't think that it would be a good idea, but that she'd help me with the paperwork if I wanted to apply to the Seeing Eye. Miss Ferguson was sighted, so she didn't use a white cane or guide dog to get around. But nevertheless, she knew all about it. Does this sound familiar in our network marketing arena? People think they know all about it and they want to kill our dreams right away. Yeah, you want me to chat? What, not really.
No, go ahead. Carry on, please.
Okay. So during my first year at Loyola College in Montreal, I met, through my sister, Dr. Robert Lambert. He taught psychology courses such as sensation and perception, statistics, and history and systems of psychology. He was blind. I witnessed the ease with which
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Paul. Carry. It's not.
I'm hearing all this. If people are chatting, I'm hearing all this coming through my headphones. Okay.
Okay, please could everybody hold on the chat? We see that you can chat now. It's opened up again. Thank you so much. And sorry, Paul, that we're.
That's okay.
Okay.
But yeah. So what I was saying is that I had met Dr. Lambert, who was blind, and he was teaching courses in sensation and perception and statistics and history and systems of psychology. Many of these courses I teach myself today as a professor. I was saying I witnessed the ease with which he entered and exited a restaurant with his golden retriever guide dog, Lambda. And I wanted that. When I heard that he and his wife had trained their own guide dogs, I wanted that. I wanted to be able to say that I had trained my own guide dog too. I had only a vague idea of how to do it, but I didn't care. I wanted that. There was no room for failure in my mind. I simply wanted that no matter what. I think that successful entrepreneurs are like that. They want to achieve a goal no matter what. That's certainly how I feel about achieving Diamond and Royal Diamond. I want it no matter what. Oh, okay. So they need the room. I thought we had till 11. So what I guess wanted to say is that your goals are really important. And the most important thing is that you have to commit to your goal and want it, and continue to want it, and not be dissuaded by whatever obstacles happen with you or around you. And so, you know, that's the only way that we're going to achieve this goal that we have in NICAN for reaching 10 million homes, wellness homes, by 2025. So let's just do it. Let's all achieve our goal. And if we're in business, I would think that everybody's goal would be Royal Diamond. So let's achieve it as quickly as possible and not be dissuaded by whatever happens to be happening around us. So that's the essence. There was a lot more, but we'll have to do that another time. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much for sharing your story. I'm so inspired. Thank you. And well, also the stories that we heard this morning, all those are amazing. Yes, Niken is changing his life every day. Yes, Niken is happening every day somewhere, thanks to you, to the great global wellness community. And we are in the process all the time to learn and to perform. So every time that we have challenges, they are an invitation to innovate and the invitation to create new things, to look for new ages and also to go further. And that's what we have here. We have a wonderful global wellness community all over the world, and there are leaders, experienced leaders, and we have people that are starting. The future leaders are also signing up in the great community in the last months. So we are excited. We are really happy for everything that is happening. And as I shared yesterday with our Team Kaizen and Team Tai Chi, after Richard Brook presentation, we are in a process of constant evolution, and we are for some reason we are here. The exact number of people and the exact number of people participating in make this shift is the exact number to create this new momentum. So I'm so happy to share every single moment, every single experience with all of you, with the entire community. As we have fun, we have challenges, and we have sometimes times that goes up and down. But that's nature, that's human nature, and that's what we experience every day. So the most beautiful thing that I experience in Niken and I learned here is to know better my emotions, to know me better, and that's what I see in each of you, that we are all working in the process to become the best versions of ourselves. So towards Vision 2025, we are working in that direction. We are going to receive our 50th anniversary in 2025. That's amazing. As Richard Brook was saying yesterday, there are not that many companies that can say that. There are not many companies that can have that experience. But it is not about being unique. It is about to be authentic. It is not about to be the best. It's about to be to practice integrity. It's not about to have the best products and to compete in the market. It is more about to be respectful and always serve others as a community. So as I listen the SEIKO Kai today, and I totally sure that we are in that path, in the path of the true happiness. The true happiness comes when we find the way to serve others. So we are here practicing our happiness every day and enjoying the entire community, as we can enjoy the community by phone, by Zoom, by any tool that we can communicate, by emails, by WhatsApp, and we can experience the entire community also in presence. As all the consultants before me were inviting you and challenging you to participate in the contest to Japan, well, yes, this is a huge experience. When you experience traveling, is nice. Who don't like to travel, but travel with the global wellness community, with the members of the global wellness community, with the top achievers, that's something additional. That's a plus that you had to experience. What do you think that we are talking during the breakfast? We are talking about the future. We are talking about sharing our ideas, sharing our experiences, and every time that we can have this great opportunity to listen the experience, this history, the story of someone else, that's become a seed in your life to inspire yourself to continue going and to continue performing. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for share your experience. Thank you very much for being yourself. Ruben, thank you very much, Julie, and the leaders, our staff, our staff members that are taking care of the production. Thank you, all of you. And well, we are, it is going to be 8 a.m. here. So time to keep our weight control system having desserts for breakfast. So thank you so much for joining today, and have a happy life.
Thank you so much, Luis. It's wonderful to hear from you as always. And thanks to everyone for being with us. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And thanks to all our presenters. Mahalo.